Welcome or welcome back to Pouches and More, and today we'll prepare this makeup organizer. We have put snap buttons. It's got two pouches and they are wide enough to keep bottles. We have also got two flat pouches. So in the two flat pouches we have kept brushes and some pencils. This is how it looks. So these are some pencils which we have kept. We have put a binding all around and we have used snap buttons. We have got two pouches in the center and they are completely lined. The pouches are also completely lined. So let's check out the materials required to make this fabric makeup organizer. So we require one piece of main fabric. I've got a directional fabric, so I've just cut it in half and joined it, and this measures 8 inches by 17.5 inches, and this has been quilted. We also require one piece of lining measuring 8 inches by 17.5 inches. Next we require two pieces of vinyl. So I have used clear vinyl. These are two pieces of clear vinyl and these measure 2¼ inches by 8 inches. We require one piece of clear vinyl measuring 11¾ inches by 8 inches. Here we have got two zips and these are 9 inches long. We have got a bias binding strip and I've just folded the strip in half, and this measures 1½ inch by around 53 inches. We also require 4 strips of binding. We have just folded this in half and we have again got the raw edges to the center and again made a fold in the center. So we have done this for all 4 strips, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and these measure 1¼ inch by 9 inches. So these are binding strips. We require 2 sets of plastic snap buttons. Now these are all the materials required. So we will be doing this in 2 parts. This is for the base and there will be another part that is for the pouches. So this is only for the base, the materials required for the base. So first we are going to prepare the vinyl pouch. So for that we have taken the vinyl strips and we are going to bind them in the sides like this. So I've taken the longer vinyl strip and we're just going to insert it into the binding strip. So the raw edge we have inserted into the binding strip. We'll do that for the other side also, as well as the small vinyl strips. So we have done this on all the raw edges of the long one and the short one side. So we're just going to make a stitch on this. Since vinyl will stick to the base, we have put a butter paper down and then we will be stitching. So we have finished stitching the binding strips on all the raw edges. Now we are going to stitch the zipper. So for that we'll take both the zippers. We'll be putting them in the same direction, that is they'll be opening in the same direction. We'll be stitching them like that. So first we are going to place one side of the zipper tape below the binding strip like this. See that it does not come out from below like this. So it should not come out like this. It has to be hidden inside the binding, below the binding strip. So this is how it will be looking, and we are going to clip the entire tape like this, zipper tape like this. So it should not be coming out, and we'll be doing this for the other side also. It should not be coming out from below the binding strip. So while clipping it also, we have to see that we clip it properly. So we'll have to see that does not come out from here. So now we're going to make a stitch on this to hold them together. We'll be making 2 stitches. First we'll be making a stitch over here, later on the other side. So first we'll just make a stitch over here, later on we'll do it on the other side. So we'll do this on both the sides. See, that does not come out like this, and we're going to make a stitch. So we have made a stitch, we have made a single stitch on one side only. That is, here we'll have to make another stitch. We'll do that later on. Now we'll have to attach this to the small vinyl strip. So for that, again we'll place the zipper below and clip it both the sides. We'll be doing the same thing. So here we have not done the stitch, so we are going to make a stitch over here as well as on the other vinyl strip, so here also, and we are going to do 2 stitches on the vinyl strip. So we have attached this and we have made 2 stitches on all 4 bindings. So our zip is attached to the vinyl strip and our binding is also completely attached. Now we'll have to cut the extras over here on both the sides. Now we have taken the lining fabric and we're just going to make a center mark. We are going to make the center mark on the right side itself, since we'll be attaching the pouch on this. The mark won't be seen, so I'm just going to make a center line on the main fabric right side itself. For that we have folded it in half and we're just going to attach these 2 marks. So this is our center line. Now we're going to place the vinyl that we just prepared. Right side will be facing up and we're going to stitch it all over. Just see that the edges are all aligned neatly, and we're going to stitch the vinyl along with the lining fabric all over. So all around we're going to make a stitch. Our vinyl is attached to the lining fabric. We have made a center line also, so we've got 2 pouches on either side. Now this is done. We're going to take the main fabric which we have quilted, we'll place it on the wrong side and we're just going to make curve the edges. So we can take any circular object and just curve the edges. I have taken the lid and we're just going to make this on all 4 corners and we are going to cut this. So I have done the marking, we're going to cut this. So this is how the main fabric will be looking. Now we have placed it wrong side facing up. We are going to place the lining that we prepared along with the vinyl wrong side facing down. So the wrong sides will be together and we are going to align the edges. Now we are going to make a stitch all around. So we have stitched all around. Now we'll just cut the extra fabric, that is the lining fabric, in the corners. So this is how our base will be looking. Our base is ready. So we'll be making 2 pouches. So for that we require 4 pieces of main fabric. They have been fused with stiff interfacing, and 4 pieces of lining fabric. They have been fused with soft interfacing, and all of them measure 9 3/4 inches by 5 1/2 inch. 2 pieces of zip, and these measure 7 inches long, and 3 pieces of fabric for the tab, and these measure 1 1/2 by 3. 2 are for the pull tab and 1 is for the zipper tab. So these are all the materials required for the pouch. So first we are going to take the lining fabric, and on the wrong side we are going to make some markings. On the base we are going to make a box of 3/4 inch by 3/4 inch. So on one side we will be making a mark of 3/4 inch. We will be doing this for the pouch, and we will be doing this on the lining side. As of now we are doing it on the lining fabric wrong side. So this is one 3/4 inch mark, and on the other base also we will be making a 3/4 inch mark, and we will be joining this to form a box. We will do the same thing on the other side also, other base also, 3/4 inch mark on both the sides, that is the base and the side, and we are going to join this to make a box. So our base box is ready. Now on the top part, both sides will be making a marking of 1¼ inch. So on both the sides, on the top we are going to make a marking of 1¼ inch, and we are going to join this 1¼ inch mark to the box that we just prepared. So this is the basic pattern of the pouches that we will be preparing. We will be preparing 2 pouches. So we are going to join this 1¼ inch mark to the box. So this is our pattern. Now we are going to cut this. So we have cut this on one piece of lining fabric. We are going to do the same for all the remaining 3 pieces of lining fabric, as well as the 4 main fabrics that we have got. So we'll cut the same pattern on all of them. Our main fabric is also cut with the same pattern. So I've cut the main fabric. We have also cut the lining fabric with the same pattern. So our body is ready. Now for the tab, we'll prepare the tab first. So the 2 pull tabs, we're just going to fold it like this in half lengthwise. Get the raw edges to the center and again fold them, and we'll be making 2 stitches on this. On both the sides we're going to make 2 stitches. As of now we're just going to clip this and keep, and we'll be doing exactly the same thing on the other piece also. Now this is for the pull tab. For the zipper tab we are going to just cut this in half. Since we will require this for 2 zips, we are just going to cut this in half, and we are going to fold them in half. So we're first going to fold it in half like this, and again get the raw edges to the center, both the raw edges to the center. Now we're going to take one zip. The zip has got an open end and a close end. So the side that opens completely, we are not going to do anything. The close end, we are going to insert it into this fold. So we are going to insert it into this tab, and we'll have to make a stitch on this. So as of now we're just going to clip this and keep. So on the closed end we have to put the tab. We'll do the same thing for the other zip also. So here we are going to make a stitch on the zip tab as well as the pull tabs. Now our tabs are all ready and done. Now the pull tabs, we are just going to fold it in half. This is for one pouch, both sides. So just going to cut it in half and then fold it. Since we have got 2 pouches, we will be putting it on both sides, so we'll require 4 pull tabs. Now we're just going to fold it like this, the raw edges together, and we're going to keep. We're going to do that for the other one also. Here we're going to cut the extra fabric. Now here we are going to measure this first, and 1/4 inches less we are going to cut the zip. So here whatever it is, 1/4 inches less we are going to cut the zip. So we have cut the zip 1/4 inches lesser than the main fabric. Now on the open end we are just going to bend the zipper teeth like this the zipper tape we are going to stitch it behind. So we will be doing this for the zipper teeth on both the zips. Now the other side also we are just going to fold the zipper teeth. The extra tape we are just going to flatten it behind. We will have to make a stitch on this to hold them together, and we can either do a machine stitch or a hand stitch. Now here we are going to hand stitch the zipper tape once we have folded it, and we will be doing this on all 4 zipper tapes. So it's simple hand stitch just to hold them together. We have folded the zipper tape behind, so it's just to hold the zipper tape together. We can also machine stitch it. It will be a simple straight stitch that we'll be doing on the machine. So we'll be doing this on both the zips. Now our zipper tape is ready. So we have taken the main fabric right side facing up, the zip. Now from this side we are going to leave 1/4 inch and place it. So the slider will be facing down, and 1/4 inch away from the edge we are going to place the zipper tab like this, and we are going to clip the entire zip to the fabric. Now we will place the lining fabric right side facing down. We are going to align it from the side as well as the top and clip them together again. So this is done. We will do the same thing for the other pouch also one side. So here we will be making a stitch. Here right sides of the fabrics are together, zip is in between, and we will do that for both. Our stitch is done. Now for making the top stitch, we are going to put both the fabrics to one side. So both the fabrics, the lining as well as the main fabric, we'll push them on one side, and the stitch mark we are going to finger press them. So neatly finger press, and we will be making a top stitch. Now the top stitch will not be doing it in the corners, so we leave 1/4 inch on both sides, and we will be doing it only in the center. So we're going to make a top stitch only in the center. So this is the top stitch. Both corners we have not done, we have left it as it is. Now for the other side we will be doing the same thing. Right side of the main fabric will be facing down. We are going to align from the side and the top, or else we can also turn it over and leave 1/4 inch over here. So we can do that also. 1/4 inch we are going to leave, and then start clipping the zip. So here main fabrics right sides are together. We are just going to flip them over. Lining fabric right side facing down. Again clip it. So here right sides of lining fabric and the other side right sides of main fabric together, straight stitch. Our stitch is done. We are again just going to put the fabrics on one side, finger press it, and make a stitch, again leaving the 1/4 inch on both sides. So this is done, top stitch is done. Now to attach the tab, we will have to attach it only on the main fabric. So we are just going to push the lining fabric out of the way, and around 1/2 inch below we are going to place the tab, raw edges aligning with the raw edges, the loop inside. Both sides we will be doing that. So only on the main fabric we'll have to attach the tab. The loop will be inside, around 1/2 inch below the zip. We are going to, below the edge, we are going to place this, and here we are going to make a stitch to hold them. Now once the zipper tab is stitched, we are going to put both the fabrics together, that is the main fabrics right sides together. align all the edges and clip them all around. So here we're just going to align all the edges of the lining fabric as well as the main fabric, right sides together. We are going to clip them all around. Now the center where we have stitched this part, we are neatly going to flatten it now. That is the reason we did not do the top stitch, so that they come neatly. It is aligned neatly. Now we're just going to again align the lining fabric also neatly and clip all around. We'll be doing exactly the same thing on the other side also. So the other side also, where the lining and the main fabric meet, we are going to do this. We are going to remember to keep the zip open a bit. And we just have to clip it all around neatly, aligning all the edges. So once we have clipped all around, we'll be making a stitch here, 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 and in the base we'll be leaving an opening. So this will be an opening that we will be leaving, that is to turn the pouch right side out. Rest entire will be stitching. So we have stitched all around and we have also left an opening over here. Now we'll flatten the seams of the lining fabric as well as the main fabric, especially on the sides where the lining and the main fabric meet. We are going to flatten it neatly. So entirely we are going to flatten the entire thing, even the main fabric side. Now once we flatten the whole thing, we are going to complete the boxing of the lining fabric only. So the lining fabric, we are going to flatten the box like this, and since we have already flattened the stitch seams, it will be easy. We are just going to align the seams of the base and the side and clip them together, so they will automatically come in a straight line. We'll do that for the other side also. We need to stitch this to complete the boxing. So we'll be flattening the center seams of the base as well as the side, and we will clip them. Now here we'll be making a stitch on both the box. So I've turned the pouch to the right side. Now we need to stitch this opening. So it's a simple straight stitch that we'll have to do. We can machine stitch it or hand stitch it. So first we'll be clipping it, and I'll be machine stitching the entire opening. So we have pushed the lining inside. This is how it will be. Now the corners also we'll have to push it. Now for the main fabric box, we are going to join them outside itself. So we have already flattened the seams. We'll put them together like this and clip. Same thing we'll do on the other side. The seams will be flat like this, and we're just going to align them together and clip them. Here we'll be making a stitch. This will be on the outer side. So our pouch is ready. Now similarly we have prepared the other pouch also. So both the pouches are ready now. Now we are going to take the base that we prepared. This is the center line. Either side of the center we are going to place the pouch that we just prepared now. So this, remember, the zip will be opening on the same side for the base as well as the pouch. Now 1/4 inch on one side, we are going to 1/4 inch of the center on one side, we are going to place this and clip it. This is how we will be placing it. So the raw edge will be aligning with the raw edge of the base, the box raw edge of the main fabric. That is the reason we have put the raw edge outside. Now we will do the same on the other side. So 1/4 inch away Remember the zip opening, they all have to open on one side, and we are going to place it 1/4 inch again away from the center point and clip them. So the raw edge of the main fabric that we just boxed, that will be aligning with the raw edge of the base. Now once it is clipped, we are going to make a stitch on this, that is to hold the pouch to the base. So the pouch is fixed now. Now to hide the raw edges, we'll be using our binding strip. So first we're just going to open the binding strip completely, align the raw edge together with the raw edge of the base. So the raw edge will be completely aligned with the raw edge of the base. When we reach the pouch, we are going to flatten it like this. So neatly flatten the pouches and then clip the binding strip. So here we'll be doing the same when we reach the other side of the pouch also. We'll just be flattening them like this and then continue binding. Now once we reach the end, we won't be stitching it. First we will stitch the binding strip together, then we will complete the entire binding. As of now, we are just going to stitch over here. So I've cut the extra fabric and we're going to stitch all around. We're going to leave the start and the end. So now we have completed, we have the ends over here. Now we are going to take the start and fold it like this and make a mark on the fold over here. This is where we will join both the binding strip. So we are just going to make a mark over here. Now the other side also, we will place it exactly touching this fold. So here we will be attaching both the binding strips together. So here it is, we will be getting both the folds together like this. On one binding strip we have already made a mark. On the other one also we will make a mark. We will just cut off any extra binding strips over here. Now we are just going to pin both these strips together exactly where we made the mark. So here we are going to stitch first and then continue the binding. So we have finished binding all around. This is where first we attached and then we binded. Now we will turn the whole binding strip to the other side. The entire strip will be turning it to the other side and then we will complete it. So neatly turn it to the other side. Now on the other side we will be making a double fold, one fold and two fold, and we will clip. This is the stitch that we did on the other side, so we will get it on that. So we'll do this entirely and we'll make a stitch right on the edge over here. So it will come exactly on this only. Now once we reach the pouch part, we are going to flatten it how we did it initially, and since we have already made a stitch on the raw edge, on the edge, it will be easy. So we just need to flatten the pouch, and we'll do this on both the sides while stitching. Completed the binding, and this is how it will be. The stitch has come exactly on the edge, and we have completed the pouches also. This is how the pouch will be. Both sides we just have to flatten it while stitching. They are not at all difficult. There will be no bulk when we flatten it like this. So our pouch is also complete. Our base is also complete. Now the only thing left over here to complete is to attach the snap button. So here we will be attaching the snap button. So for that we can take any one side, and we need a center mark, so just fold it in half like this. This is for the center mark, so we will do this center mark only on one side. This is the center mark. Now we can attach the snap button around 1 inch below the edge. So from the top we'll be making a mark of 1 inch. That is from the top part. This is a 1 inch mark, and also from the center we'll take a mark of 1.5 inch on this 1 inch mark. So we will be aligning the center to around 3 inches. We'll align the center to around 3 inches center mark, and on either side we'll take 1.5 inch. So here it will be 1.5 inch, and the other side also. So it is from the center we have taken 1.5 inch, and from the top it is 1 inch. These are the two marks where we will be attaching the snap button. So here and here we will be attaching it. So for that, first we are going to make a hole on the mark that we just did. So here we are going to make a hole. Now we have just got the single side, and we are going to make a hole. Later we align both and pierce a hole into both of them. As of now we have done a hole only on one side. These are the two holes. Now we are going to get both the flaps together, that is the outer body together, and we need to align them neatly. The curves, that is the corner curves, as well as the top edge. See that it is neatly aligned, and then only will we make a hole over there. So neatly align the edges, and we will be piercing through the other side also, and we'll do this for both the sides, that is the other side also. Both the fabrics we will be piercing it. Now on this we will be placing our putting our snap button. So for that, first we will just pierce the head through and keep it. You can also individually first put the buttons and then complete it. I'll first be piercing the head on all four. So once that is done, we'll put the base also, and with our tool we are going to press this, and we'll be doing the same thing on the remaining three also. So it's simple. We just have to pierce a hole, and then with the help of the tool we need to press the button. We'll do this on the other side also. So snap button is also put, and our pouch is ready. So our buttons are put, and this is how our pouch will be looking the zip, all of them open to one side only, and the pouches are also lined from inside completely, so nowhere we have got any raw edges. And we have put snap buttons as the closure. So this is how it looks. It's completely binded all around also. So please to try this. Please to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.